Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, Philadelphia? Hello, everybody. We are live from the Henry James Saloon here in Roxborough. You see the amazing Vet Alumni Podcast spinning records already as we are just, 28 minutes now from a Lane Johnson-less Eagles game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Honestly, I hope everything with Lane Johnson is okay. I hope it's not any crazy family, disturbance or anything. Totally understand, but doesn't make for probably a harder day for the offensive line against this Kansas City defense, or not. I don't know. I mean, they are the supposedly the worst in the land. I honestly don't know what to expect other than an Eagles loss today here, Vince.
Well,
that's where I'm at. And you're wearing a Wentz jersey, and it's weird.
Damn right.
But anyway,
damn right.
Let's crack some liquid death. Let's get this thing going and
all right.
Say hello to everybody. And again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the Henry James Saloon for being so accommodating as well and getting everything going here. The cheesesteaks are amazing. Like I said, I would tell you to get out of line at D'Alessandro's, which is right across the street, and have it here. It's awesome. The environment's great. There are 12 billion TVs outside upstairs, and Vince is going to do a push-up contest later. It's going to be great.
That's new to me. It's new to me, but I'll go for it. If it comes to that, I'll do that. I'm in.
Francisco Rojas, we see Bobby Dubs, we see everybody else. Casey Young has come out from retirement. His hair locks look fantastic. I'm sure you'll see him throughout the day. Our wonderful producer, Kyle Bennett, is here as well. The bar is beginning to fill up, and I don't know. What is on your mind going into this? I've got, hey, great Rodney McLeod's back, but no one seems to be that. That's not going to get everybody juiced up.
Well,
to
it's
beat
under
Kansas
the radar
City
right now, but Rodney McLeod's really good, John.
Yep.
Rodney McLeod is really good. The Eagles need him desperately. All the injuries on the back end that you've got right now with the safety position, they've needed him badly. Tackling has been bad for this team. So for everything, can he improve the run game, pass coverage, all that kind of stuff? He's not the most popular name, but he should be a little more well-loved than he is. I mean, really, Rodney McLeod has been a phenomenal signing for the Eagles. And for as long as he's been here, I mean, Super Bowls, leadership stuff, you see great clips about him in the huddle, all that. So love Rodney McLeod, been missing him badly, been begging for him to come back. And now we finally got it. And what a week for it, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see the same type of optimism as I do. I mean, like, this is Rodney McLeod coming off of a pretty serious injury. And I hope it has the type of impact on the defense that Eagles wants. But this is Patrick Mahomes, man. This is Travis Kelce. This is all the rest of that.
It's the best we got.
I don't see them slowing down the Kansas City Chiefs. I do see the only way it's possible for them to win this football game if the Chiefs are once again making mistakes in front of themselves. Patrick Mahomes is freestyling a little too much and throwing interceptions like we did last week. But, I mean, all my expectation here is just score 25 points before the fourth quarter. It's no garbage time, 25 points. Give me something that says this offense is somewhat comprehensible, and if that means running the football 70 times like you all want out there, so be it. Just give me 25 points. That's what I want, Vince.
I just want some semblance of identity, John. That's what I was yelling about during this week. I don't know who Nick Sirianni is. I don't know what this offense is. I don't know what he wants to be game in and game out. Who are they? What do they do? What do they do well? How is he getting these players and using them the best way? That's the kind of stuff that matters, and it's the kind of stuff that I don't think he's done a good job of. So for this week, going against a coach that obviously everybody loves in Andy Reid, he makes the homecoming. It just adds an extra little element of something on top of what Nick Sirianni's already going through. So look like a real team. Defensively, the other thing is pass rush has been pretty good. You want to see it continue from Hargrave. That's going to be the biggest thing. Can Ryan Kerrigan show up this week?
It's the fourth week in a row I think you've asked for him, or second week in a row you've asked for him.
Well, yeah.
And the answer is probably not.
Ryan Kerrigan, come home. Please come home, Ryan Kerrigan.
Please,
we miss you. We want you to be here. So, for the love of God, make something happen today. They need him bad. But if the pass rush is doing something, offense has some level of identity, those are the starting points. But can we go through the offensive line a little bit here?
Yeah.
Because offensive line, let me run down this lineup for you, what it looks like it's going to be left to right. And, I'm going to let you swallow your sip of water before it gets too egregious and you spit it out.
Yeah, this is going to be a long
I don't want you to
sip.
spit your water all over the bar. That would be a bad look for us, and we might not get invited back. So let's start. Left tackle, everybody's favorite, Andre Dillard.
Hey.
Yep, there you go. That's enthusiasm.
Gotta love that Andre Dillard again today. There we go. All
Everyone's
right.
saying he had a solid week last week. Who knows? So hopefully he holds up again this week. Pass rush of the Chiefs is not exactly the most God-fearing thing on the world. So you feel okay.
And let me just say this, can I just disagree with everyone that said, including Brandon Thorne, who I love dearly. Solid, yes, and pass protection, absolutely. But there's a reason why Landon Dickerson's next to him again this year, and we'll get this week, and we'll get to that.
Yeah,
in a second.
so let's talk about that. Landon Dickerson is going to be your left guard. So now he's going from the right side. He's switching over to the left. So for as much as you might have thought, hey, we're getting a little continuity, he's getting some reps there, he'll get better. Now he's got to play with the opposite side of his body. Little easier with guard than it is tackle, no doubt about that. But still, the guy's flipping the whole thing around. And give me the theory. Give me the theory of Dickerson.
Again, it's your strongest run guy. Isaac Seumalo was probably one of the best all-around guards that they had. Jason Kelsey loved him. You all saw the press conference when he's sitting breaking down there crying. For a long time, when a guard's helping out a tackle, and they were making sure that he made no mistakes. The difference between the freedom that Lane Johnson and Landon Dickerson had on the other side versus what you saw with Dillard last week, and that I was petrified. So yes, did Andre Dillard have a solid performance? Absolutely, but with a lot of help, and I just hope that Landon doesn't get his ankle twisted or whatever. I think Andre made a lot of technical mistakes with guard help last week.
Well,
so that's where I'm at.
No, and you could see it because Nate Herbig has played around a bit. So for him to have to go to the other side and to switch Dickerson, clearly there's an extra layer to all of this, and you just have to hope for the best today. And it's unfortunate because now your center is Kelsey. It's the one guy you have that's a starter that's actually where he should be. Now you've got Herbig, who's going to be your right guard. You've got Jack Driscoll, who's going to be your right tackle, who, by the way, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks.
Here he comes.
Oh, yeah, it's the Jack Driscoll train, baby. Hop aboard. Toot-toot. Wait. Hop aboard.
Do you trust a man in a Carson Wentz jersey?
Yes.
That's all I'm going to ask.
Yes,
here.
I have our best interest at heart.
Rodney McLeod's going to fix the defense. Here it comes. I just don't see this happening.
Yes.
Right.
Here's the thing. Okay, let me explain the Wentz jersey now because
All right.
you're overwhelming with negativity and people need to know. He's got to win games, John Barchard.
Yes.
He's got to win football games. They're playing the Dolphins today. They could go down to being 0-4, which is a disaster for them. If we're talking 0-4 for Carson Wentz and the Colts, no.
Right on track, baby.
It's a high 2. I mean, if it ends up being that they lose out and we get a high 2.
They're not going to bench him. They are not
They're
going
not going to bench him.
0-17. They're not going to bench him.
Oh, come on. Why not?
All he needs to do is get to 70%. That's it. 75%.
Yeah, you think
whatever
that
it is.
if you're the owner, if you're Jim Irsay, you're going to let him play 70% if this team
Who's
has
your
4
quarterback
wins
next year?
Who cares? It's not going to be Wentz. You're admitting he's a failure at that point. Would you rather hold on to a high first-round pick and get rid of Wentz, or keep playing Wentz for no good reason and, maybe win a game or two you don't need to win.
I'm telling you, the politics of Indianapolis is going to revolve around Frank Reich and his decision whether he wants to keep that quarterback or not. And, he is not going to get benched unless he is broken in some form or fashion. I don't feel it. So I want the losses to continue, and if so, then great. If they end up with the number 1 pick overall, yes, they'll probably avoid that. I agree with that. But that means you have top billing in the second round. I'll take it. I want them to keep playing. Just give me the guarantee. It'll be fine.
Nope.
The Wentz jersey's really weird. It's bad juju for today.
No, it's
I
not.
need to do this. We just need to do this. Give me some duct
there
tape,
you go.
and we'll just have the one going or something like that. But
I would do that. If we get green tape, we can make that happen. I'm down. Who cares?
By the way, we're going to be here all game, here for post game as well. The Henry James Saloon. That's where you're watching us right now. Free liquid death as you're coming through the door. We will say hello. We have got a case open for you already. Free bells as you kind of go in and going around.
Bells today.
We have got some wonderful apparel from the Vintage brand. They have given us some cool T-shirts, some koozies, all that other stuff, and we're going to be here every Sunday and Thursday night. I mean, we're going to have a turnaround of next week of Sunday to a Thursday night football game. That's going to be very exciting. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think the Eagles overall to make the playoffs need to win this football game. They just don't. But for the city's sanity, they kind of need to be close to it, I think. And it's almost been accepted at this point. Do you feel this week? Everyone was once again accepted a loss, and now you just need to find a little bit of – it's a silver lining week. They're not even showing up to the stadium early. You can just feel it. No one's coming to the tailgate hard. No one's drinking as hard. So if we somehow get a win out of this, I think it changes everything.
Yeah, no, it does. It turns everything
But I don't think
around.
it's going to happen.
No, because, again, it's the Andy Reid factor, right? To go and beat the Chiefs and Andy Reid in Philly, that means something to people.
Yep.
And for all the negativity in the same way, it wakes people up to go, oh, at the very least, if they were out, they're curious again, right? That whole Leonardo DiCaprio quote that everybody does, oh, you had my attention, now I'm curious, or whatever the hell he says.
Yes.
I'm not great with quotes. But all that matters is if they can have a competent game here, and if they can, I mean, let's go through the scenario, right?
Sure.
Because you're talking about an offensive line that's 4 out of 5 backups, okay? 4 out of 5. Now, I like the depth on this team. I don't like them all together. This isn't like Doc Rivers throwing in the second unit in the regular season, not the postseason.
Yeah,
but it's not like that kind of thing. This is your starting offensive line. In a game where everything tells you to run, in a game where the whole city wants him to run, everything in the world is screaming run for the Philadelphia Eagles. You got 4 out of 5 backup linemen. Can you win like this?
Probably not. And even Jeff kind of saying in here, too, of the game plan should be lots of quick passes to the tight ends. That's going to be okay. Get the ball out, run the ball, et cetera,
that sounds good to me.
Sure. I think you can do anything you want to this defense. And I'm not going to be convinced that even though we predicted an overcorrection in the running game on the podcast, as we're sitting here game day, I'm not feeling it. If you're going to go down with the ship, you're going to go down firing with whatever you're trying to get going here. And, if your offense doesn't work today against the Chiefs defense, I think it is time to at least start to question, should you be calling plays Nick Sirianni?
Ooh, okay.
I just because either that, it has to be one of two things. It's either that or the quarterback is just nowhere near where we think he is. That's where I think. That's going to be the question that I want answered today, and I hope we get that at least,
Well, yeah, I mean, the weird thing is I really don't know anything about Shane Steichen. I don't trust him. I'm not, clamoring for him. So for what it is.
He had some good success with Justin Herbert.
People will ask, though. People will ask because it's that level of chaos. I mean, we've already, during the course of this week, talked about will he make it through the season, So to be talking about, is he going to make it through the year?
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good look, especially if they get pounded this week, too.
Yes.
Losing to Dallas like that, losing to the Chiefs in a blowout, that's a devastating state of affairs. And for a brand-new team that people had little faith in anyway, unmitigated disaster if it all goes that way. Now, passing-wise, they've had injuries in the secondary as well. How am I blanking on his name? Frank Clark is also out for the Kansas City Chiefs. So passing-wise, the ability to get things going, short game to the tight ends maybe, but also the deep ball, right? I know you're big on the deep ball.
Yes.
How much do you want to see it today, John?
I mean, everybody's been saying it. Let's see Quez tonight. Let's see. Let's see it. I mean, like that a lot. Like I don't want them to run the football. I don't. I don't want them to come in and just be like, okay, it's Miles Sanders, and yes, everybody's joining us. I even heard a bunch of people talking in the last 48 hours, like, oh, how Miles Sanders just handled all this with such class, and be like, who cares, man? I need you either to be a part of what this offense is, or be so run heavy, and Miles Sanders is so amazing that you have to give him the football, and neither of those things are happening. So I'm still putting this on Miles and not the coach. Like the strength of this team is still going to be through the quarterback, through the tight ends, and through the wide receivers. So do I want to see the deep ball? Yes, I want to see it once every other drive. You should be taking shots on first down all of the time. This speed is supposed to be working for this offense. Put it to some use. Put it to some use. I don't care if you haven't executed it. Get it there. That's the whole point of today, is to get right with the vertical passing game.
All right, number of plays with motion, over under 5.
I'll take a severe under, but I think they might do two plays in motion.
I'm writing it down, though.
Yeah.
Over under of 5 plays of motion. And if you have thoughts on that, hit us in the comments, by the way.
Yeah.
There's got to be motion, man. There just has to be. To watch Kansas City zip, 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 and the Eagles are just like, yes, everything is fine. I can't imagine, man. That's one of the big things, too, for this week that people are really going to want to see. You know what the problem is, though? You can't just create that out of thin air. That's got to be a big part of what your offensive philosophy is. So to just start be like, hey, by the way, we do motion now, it's not easy to just flip that switch. So do they make that change?
No.
What does that look like? And if not, people are going to continue to fixate on that and riot. Like, it's going to get ugly because of motion.
We slide on over and slide on in because it is Bobby Dubs time, and we need to know who is Dubs Dude for today.
It's time for Dubs Dude.
Which
I did the research, and I've seen the Kansas City Chiefs don't defend the run at all. They're dead last when it comes to rushing touchdowns. They are second to last in rushing yards in total, and they are third from last in rushes per attempt. So I'm telling you, Dub Dude, is Miles Sanders.
Goes against the grain. Look at that. He better show up, Miles. That's what I'm telling you. Show up today. If you're going to
heal, we need you. For the love of God, run, Miles, run.
Run, Miles, run, Booby, run. How many carries are you expecting today?
I need 20 carries.
20.
At least.
Yeah.
25 touches, at least 20
Get ready
carries.
for 11 less than that, my friend. That's what I think. So if in those 9 carries, or those we'll give them 15.
Can we just get more than 2?
Yes.
I'll settle for more than 2.
More than 2, I think, is very possible.
More than 2.
But I don't think he's going to get more than 15.
Well, guys, let me just say, I sat down with Nick on the bus driving over. We had a long conversation. We had a good heart-to-heart. He was wearing a Shady McCoy jersey, and we were just hitting it off, man. We talked a lot about the running game. Nick is feeling it today. He's going to be feeding me the ball, and I am a hungry man. So I'm going to be getting 20, 25 touches today. I'm going to be the workhorse that this city wants me to be. Whether or not we win the game, I have no idea, and I'm sorry if it doesn't happen. But I'm going to give you a lot of carries. I'm going to break a couple of big plays. It's going to be a great game today. People are going to have something to watch. Book it. I'm out. All right, now I'm back. So
that is a great omen. I didn't even think of that. Miles, you got to pay homage to Shady. He's being retired today. He's going to retire an Eagle. It's just perfect. It makes perfect sense. Who better to spoil Andy Reid's homecoming back to Philadelphia than him getting ramrodded on the run on Shady McCoy Day?
You'd love to see it.
I hope Dubs is right, but in reality, I don't think either Doug Peterson or Nick Sirianni thinks I'm that very effective in their offenses because I can't catch a football. So anyway, I hope I get 20 carries because that's the only way I'm useful on any team for the rest of my career. Okay, bye. I just had to put that in there too. So
it had to be said.
But Dubs has been pretty good with Dubs' dudes.
Yes.
So I have faith that I need to be less of a negative Nancy when it comes to the running game. But will we see it? Will we not? Only time will tell. Do you think there's any chance in hell they win this football game?
Absolutely.
What's the score then?
Okay, we have positivity.
My score is 31-28
31-28.
Birds.
Birds.
I believe they give up a whole bunch of points, and we get the ball last, and Jake Elliott kicks a winning field goal.
With just seconds to go.
With just seconds to go.
And we all feel terrible about it until he kicks it. We feel absolutely miserable, and it's a horrible time.
Yes.
No, but that's good to know. It's good to see some positivity.
Absolutely.
We got our Dubs dude. Dubs, thanks for stopping in, my friend.
Yo, Rob,
We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, and
what's
by
up,
the way,
dude?
as we're here at the Henry James Saloon, one of the things that we're going to be doing is, as you come out, we want you on the show.
Yes.
So come on out. You will be able to grab this microphone and talk with me and John as we're hanging out during the game, watching the game, pre-game, post-game, all that stuff. And to show you that we practice what we preach, Casey, come on down. Come on down. Come on down.
The lovely locks of Casey Young as we get Queens of the Stone Age. This is why Tech and Premier, you got to come here too. Now, now look at this. Look at this as we go in like from 11 to 5. I mean, like what kind of? I mean, I have no problem with this
We
whatsoever.
need a Randall.
But what do you think 5 would do in this game today?
Well, I think
I want to
5's
make sure your mic is indeed on.
Make sure it's on. It's on. All right.
little rusty. It's been a while. But I think McNabb would listen to Coach and Lori. Hand it off 0 times. Only time they're running, he's doing it.
That's right.
And get 45, 50 attempts, and hopefully we can get Flacco deep ball in there.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. There's no difference between 5, 11, and 1 maybe because then no one wants to run the football apparently, which is
Is
great.
that the record we're going to finish this year? Or?
Ooh!
Wow.
I did predict
Wait,
a tie.
Can we? Oh, you want the tie so bad. You've been rooting for
I
a
feel
tie.
like there's a tie this year.
Who's the tie then?
I predicted Dallas, but that didn't end up so well. So
Which, by
probably
the way,
somebody
there
down
should
the
never be
road.
ties in football.
Never.
Ties should not exist, and I will continue to yell about the 2-point conversion shootout until it happens.
yes,
All right?
yes.
I will die on that hill.
Casey, big picture though, like, are you generally like, Hurts is what he is, or you think he's still got his potential to be a franchise quarterback? Where are you at in terms of of week 3 here?
Right
after
now,
3 weeks, I should say.
Week 4, I feel like they're already out of the playoff hunt. I'm taking this game as the same thing. There's no way they're going to beat the Chiefs. I don't even know how they're going to score double digits, single digits, any digits. But they're going to get something in trash time, and the Chiefs are going to go a little off the pedal. I'm going to go 38-20.
38-20 Chiefs.
Ooh.
Not hitting that 25-point marker, which I would love today. So,
How?
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
Running the ball.
Well, yeah, and you
I
don't
guess.
even have Lane Johnson now. Like, what a disaster.
I mean, perfect time for a Slay pick 6 to show up. But
Yeah, that'd be nice. Any turnover actually from the Eagles defense would be nice to see as well. So we will keep it going. We know we got 5 minutes till game time. We're actually going to switch spots and probably see you around halftime, and then go from halftime there on out just to kind of check on in. We want to keep it fresh, and that's why you need to be here at the Henry James Saloon, because we're going to go crazy here for the first half of this football game. And by the time that we speak to you next, it'll be, I don't know, surprisingly, as the Eagles have a halftime lead. Let's have a little bit of positivity today. Drink well, eat well. And Vince, what's your score at halftime? Give us your score.
At halftime, somehow we have 10. We have 10 at halftime.
All right.
We don't feel miserable. That's all I've got. 10. It's okay.
21-17 Eagles.
Woo!
And then it changes from there. I think it's 21-17. Like they just,
Wow.
I feel as though everyone comes out here a little slow, and it just depends on if we see that really dumb Philly special in the first half or
Joe,
not.
Did you not hear how you started the show? No Lane, no Sayamalu?
Yep.
No Mailata?
Yep.
No Brooks?
Yep.
How are they even going to score a point, a touchdown?
I'm just that's the beauty of sports, everybody. We're about to see that happen in 5 minutes. Make your own way down to the Henry James Saloon, and we will see you here at halftime, cranking music, giving away prizes, and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And there's only one thing to do.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
At halftime, everybody.